Hello everybody, my name is Chikirza, and welcome to another art journal video. You ever have those days where you want to create something, but you just don't know what you want to create? Today is one of those days for me. So, I grabbed a couple of water-soluble markers, these are Crayola Super Tips, and just randomly drew some shapes on the page, some scribbles. I just want to get some color on the paper. Now I grab a spray bottle with water in it and give the page a decent soak. Spread some of those colors around. Notice that I'm focusing mostly on just the one color because I don't want the colors to mix a lot. And my page is a little bit too wet there, so I dabbed off some of it with a paper towel and give it a good dry. This is one of the reasons why I like to have the plastic cutting board underneath my page when I'm working. I don't want to have a mess on the page in behind, and I knew this was going to be messy. So now that it's dry, I take a look at the page. Look at it from all angles. Try to find shapes, figures, animals, anything that I can see in there that I might be able to pull out. I immediately saw an eye here, and the side view of a person with a shoulder and a hand on the arm. And sometimes you don't see something right away, so I will walk away and come back and look at it again. Now I saw another figure here. Put a cute little bow tie on it. Do I see anything else? Ooh, I see something here with sort of like spiky, almost Sonic looking hair. And I also see another figure here reaching out across the arm of the other character. So now I go and grab my white acrylic paint. And I don't know what I want to do at this point, so I just grabbed the white and started filling in the eyes. I thought, well, let's just block in the eyes with white. The other ones I didn't see where the eyes were, there was no identifiable shapes there, so I just created some, making them each different, just being completely random. I've been watching a fair amount of footage and looking at pictures of Picasso type paintings and felt kind of inspired to just be abstract today. I didn't like the line that was on the bottom part of the face there, so I covered it up with some of the white acrylic and putting some of the leftover white acrylic back into the bottle. I still have enough left on my plate there to give the eyeballs a second coat of white. Just making them a little bit more opaque because some of the color came through from the color underneath. Now I'm looking at it again and not really sure what I want to do here, so I give it a quick dry. And decide I didn't really like the line that was on the arm there. I want the arm to be on top of the other arm, the one that's reaching across. So then I go over to my shelf with my acrylic paints and grab a couple of paints. I want to stick with mostly the colors that are already on the page. And the brown marker that I used kind of turned to be more orange in the end here, so I grabbed an orange acrylic paint. I colored in the bow tie, making some lips. If I wanted this orange to be brighter, I would have put white acrylic paint underneath it. But I wasn't looking for super bright, vibrant colors at this point. The rest of the colors in the page are fairly muted, almost like a watercolor. So I was just going with that and didn't bother putting white underneath. And then I decided, well, maybe I want to fill in that background. Maybe I want some contrast in there, and I don't want the background to be the same color as what the characters are that I've lined out. So I go ahead and mix up some purple. I used some dark purple and mixed it in with some white acrylic paint. And you'll see there that I covered up a lot of the hair, the Sonic type of hair, on that one character, because I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll just draw the hair in myself. I wasn't really digging the zigzag. And as I was painting this, I was like, ooh, actually, that looks like it could be just long, flowing, swoopy hair right from there. So let's go with that. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of this page with purple, the background portion of it, and bring you back towards the end when I'm done. I'm going to do 2 coats of this purple in the end. Alright, so we're almost at the end of me doing the second coat here, and I'm going to round off the forehead of this one character and put some polka dots on the tie of the other one. Alright, now what do I want to do here? I decided that the hand would be a good place for me to put some more of that purple. I still had a fair amount left over on the plate. And it would give more contrast and more interest to have the hand colored in purple. I don't know, I just felt like coloring it in purple, so that's what I did. Back to the orange. And I'm trying to cover up that line on the arm there. So I thought, well, maybe I'll go with sort of like a painterly effect. Just kind of smear some of the paint on, be very free with it, smear it around, add some more color to the rest of the characters. And it was all right. But you'll see here in a little bit that I changed my mind on that too. So I've got this green and the white on the face of the line that I covered up. I decided I was going to cover that up with green. I'm not really sure why I did that, but at the time it felt right, so that's what I went with. Decided to outline that mouth, but when I dabbed it, it turned into a hot mess. I did not like that at all. So I tried cleaning it up, trying to get the green off of the orange on the lips. And that wasn't the problem. So I decided to make it darker and just kind of brush it out. And I still wasn't really digging that. So I grabbed a hold of the white and tried muting it. And I still wasn't really digging that either. So I decided, you know what? Let's just go ahead and give this guy a beard. That can be a mustache, and he's got a beard that goes with it. Turn in an oops into a, oh, cool. Wasn't the plan when I started. Decided to add some fingernails to the hand, just using the white acrylic paint here. And then I thought, well, to cover up the hot mess on the arm there, I was going to make white stripes on the arm. But I immediately didn't like that, so I covered all that up. And at this point here, that arm is just looking like an absolute train wreck. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, so I move on. Grab the green, put a little bit under the nose as a shadow, outline the eye on the other character, give him some big droopy lines under his eyes. Then I thought, ooh, well, let's give him like big green bushy eyebrow. There's no right or wrong here, just trying to be very abstract and unique, I guess. Just trying to be creative. Trying to get past this art block that I had today. So I'm looking at this and going, what do I want to do now? I decided that this character at the bottom of the page here right now needed a little bit more. She just needed a little bit more. So I gave her the top part of an outfit, gave her some nostrils, and gave her some green eyeshadow. So then my bright idea was to go in with the green over top of the white that was over top of the orange. And I wasn't really digging that either, but maybe if I outlined it with green, maybe that would fix it. And it's not bad, I just still don't really care for it. Now I get to go into my favorite part, black paint. Oh, I do love my black paint. So the idea here was to water the acrylic paint down, grab a straw, and blow it out so it would be almost like blowing out black ink. But it was too thick. So it just kind of globbed out. That's okay though, I'm going to work with it. I was like, oh, actually that's kind of a cool hairdo. So I grabbed the end of a pencil that doesn't have an eraser on it and drew in some lines, and now it looks like he's got like this stand-up spiky cool hair. Looking at the rest of it, not really sure what I want to do. Decide that I'm going to give this guy some stripes. He's a little boring, so let's add some black stripes to him. And add some zigzags to the hand. I wasn't digging that they were so thin, the lines, so I thickened them up. Made them a little bit bolder. And to do all of this, I'm just using an angle brush. I have no idea what size it is. It's a cheap angle brush that I got from the dollar store, I think it was. One of the dollar stores. Knowing me. So the white stripes I wasn't digging, and I decided to go in with the black stripes. And so I gave him a striped arm and decided that he was going to be wearing some sort of coveralls type of thing. So I dried the page and grabbed my paint pen and started doing some outlines. I was having a little bit of trouble getting the black paint pen to go over top of that white acrylic paint for whatever reason, so I touched it up with the brush and the paint that was on my plate. I grabbed a thicker black paint pen and outlined the shapes in that. Outlined the eye, gave them a little reflection spot. Outlined the lips here. And now they're definitely starting to pop off that page. And draw in some hair on this character here. Just trying to be really free with my lines. Give her an eyeball and outline her eye. Outline her lips with the thinner paint pen. And I like it, but I think it's still missing something. So I add some eyelashes to that one and some dots above the eye of the of another character and add some more eyelashes. Basically, I'm just kind of doodling here. Using a white paint pen to add some dots, I gave her a white mole. Fancied up her top. And I thought I was done here, but I thought that one purple area that was plain looked, honestly, just really plain. So I filled it in with some circles, some dots. I wanted to add a little bit of white in there as well. So add some white dots. And that's it. Went from having art block to a page that has multiple characters on it that I probably wouldn't have thought of drawing by myself. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.